What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Hidden Heights Farm Vlog. Today we have a new surprise here on the farm we want to share with you guys. It's actually not new to us, but if you guys watched the video about the lightning strike, you guys know that we went on vacation, and that morning I came out and checked on all the goats. The morning of the day we were leaving for vacation, I came out before, showed you guys all the damage from the lightning, the big hole in the ground and all that. And I noticed one of our goats was fixing to have a baby, but we had to leave. And like I said, my dad was coming over and doing the farm chores for us and this and that. And I told him that he would probably have a surprise. So sure enough, he came over that day, just a few hours after we left, and there was a new baby. And this new baby's kind of special to us because it's one of our special goats, I guess you could say. The goat that had the baby was Tiny, and for those of you that know, Tiny is the goat that was a bottle baby, and she don't exactly get along with all the other Spanish goats, all these goats behind me, and Rachel here. No, she don't get along with all these goats, I guess you could say, because she was raised as a bottle baby, so she's more affectionate towards people, thinking, you know, she grew up thinking that humans was her mom because that was her food source ever since she was born. So now every time she sees us, she runs to us and she wants affection from us, and the other goats don't like that. They say that's not normal, so they kind of treat her a little bit different. But anyways, let's take a look at her baby. Okay. And as we were walking out here, she is crying and crying to get out of here. Yeah, it's her little baby.
And it's a little girl.
And it is a little girl, like Rachel said. And her name is Usti, which is Cherokee for little. So you got Tiny. She was a little tiny bottle baby. And then you got Usti. That means little in Cherokee. So that's her new name. But she's doing great. And we got a story of why they are in this little stall in the barn, right, Tiny? Huh? You did a good job, girl.
Yes, you're a good girl. Come here. Her little ears are folded up on the ends.
They're kind of always different. She's a beautiful little black Spanish baby. And Tiny's been taking really good care of her.
Now she'll finally have a best friend.
Right. And so that's why we say that this baby's special, because Tiny didn't get along with all the other goats very well. So hopefully she'll raise this baby up and it will be a great companion for her. And since it is a girl, we will keep it. But anyways, so let's talk about the story of why they are in this stall. Alright, so like I said, we were going on vacation and my dad was coming over to tend to the chores and feed the goats and this and that. So he came out here, him and my mom, and they found Tiny and the baby, and everything was fine. So then he comes back the next morning and the baby's gone, totally missing. So he looks and looks, and he finally found the baby in a brush pile. The big brush pile out there in the middle of our pasture that I've been talking about burning. This is one of the brush piles, just like the little baby goat Ollie with the white on his forehead. That's the same one that he was stuck in. Well, no, it ain't the same one, but the same type of brush piles. All these dead trees that I got piled up that we need to burn. So anyways, my dad gets the baby out, and Tiny finds the baby. Everything's good again, and then he comes back the next morning. Baby's gone again. He calls me. He's like, I don't know what to do. The baby's gone. I've looked everywhere. So finally, he found her. It was in the brush pile again. So he brought her back towards the barn. Tiny finally brought the baby back closer to the barn anyways. And then everything was good. And I told him we'd be home in a little bit. So he went on back to his house and did whatever he had to do. And we finally get home from vacation. And we pull up, and we were eager to come see this baby. We were super excited. The kids were excited. So we come out here to see the baby, and the baby's gone again. And Dad came over, helped us look. We drove the Ranger for probably 4 hours around this pasture. Checked every brush pile, checked everything that a goat could possibly hide under, a little goat at that. Could not find it. It was finally dark, and I told Rachel I'm going to go one more time on the Ranger. So I went way out to the west of our property. I put Tiny in the Ranger because at this point her udder is so full that she's miserable. You could tell that the baby hasn't eaten off on her for a while. And other than that, she was crying. Tiny was crying for her baby. She was going all over the place, all around that brush pile, you know, doing her bleating, trying to get that baby's attention, and the baby was not making a noise at all. So finally, Rachel comes out here after I told her that was the last trip I was making, and she sees this baby come out after dark. It just pretty much came out from nowhere. It came from the woods over to the west of that brush pile, and she went to look down at her phone to call me to tell me that she found it. She looked back up, and the baby's gone again. So I come over real quick on the Ranger, and I'm trying to be super careful because in the tall grass, you know, they like to lay down. And sure enough, this baby was laying down in the grass where you could not even see it. We got lucky. We took off walking, and it popped its head up, and we seen it. So that's the story of why they're in this stall. We don't want any more babies hiding. These Spanish goats are notorious for hiding their babies. And I think the baby was even hiding itself. I don't even think Tiny was hiding it. But long story short, that's why they are in the stall now, just for a few more days anyways. Tiny hates it in here. She really hates it in here. She wants to be out eating fresh grass. I've been giving her some hay and water, of course, and grain, but she wants to be out with the rest of the goats.
Plus, I suggested that the baby probably would not make a sound or come out until dark, because the last time we looked for the baby, we did the same thing. We looked for hours and hours for Ollie, and he didn't make a peep till it was dark. So I thought, okay, maybe that's how these Spanish goats are going to do.
Yeah, I was freaking out. I was freaking out, and Rachel was like, "Oh, just wait till dark; it'll come out."
Yeah, and it did. It come right at dark time. It come walking out of the woods, well, hopping out of the woods. And I thought, oh my gosh, I gotta call Kevin because it's come out. And then I looked down, and then by the time I looked back up, it's gone. So I took off walking. I told Kevin to stop, and so I took off walking. I said, I don't know which direction it went, and I just happened to look down in the grass, and it was laying in the grass.
So we immediately caught it and brought it to the barn and got Tiny, put him in here, got him some fresh water and feed and hay, and everything's great now.
We can't wait for her to have a best friend.
No.
The other goats have shunned her.
She's a great goat.
Forever.
I mean, she's really a good goat, but she was bottle raised. And sometimes when you bottle raise goats, you know, they do act different. They're more, they'd rather see people than other goats. So the other goats realize that, and they kind of headbutt her and try to keep her from eating the feed and this and that. But now she has a new little buddy. That's her daughter, and hopefully it'll grow up and be healthy and they can live their life together.
She's a sweet little thing.
Yeah. So we're going to try to come out here and there and kind of keep her a little more tame than these other goats.
Since she's tame, it'll be a lot easier because she'll come up to me and she'll learn from her mom that we're not going to harm her.
You know, little girl.
Where the other goats are pretty skittish. She's an excellent mother.
Yeah, she's been doing really good. She's got a big udder full of milk.
Watch when I pick her up. She don't like it. Watch her.
Tiny don't like it?
Yeah, Tiny don't like it. Watch her. She didn't want to go.
Where's your baby, Tiny? Hmm?
What's wrong? You want out?
She wants out big time. Maybe in a couple of days. I don't trust your baby yet.
We want to wait. The reason why we're keeping them up is we want to wait for this baby to be able to get a little bit stronger so it can keep up with their mamas. That's why we put them up.
Once they get a little stronger and they can run and, you know, keep up with their moms a lot better, they don't hide quite as much.
Right.
And show you guys, see if I can zoom in on this brush pile. I don't know if I can get it or not. Let's see. That brush pile right there, it's a pretty huge brush pile. It's probably 30 by 30 feet and probably like 10 to 15 foot high. It needs to be burned, but we are scared of burning it right now because we don't want any of these little babies to run and go jump on the coals or the ashes or anything. Because since it's so big of a brush pile, it's going to burn for several days. And every time we burn brush piles like that, we push it up with the tractor and just keep pushing it up and let it burn. And we did have the idea of putting all the goats in this barn until we get it burned, but man, I don't know, it's going to take several days probably. But
plus we're a little skittish of having all of them pinned up in the barn, especially after the lightning strike.
After the lightning strike, you guys can see behind me this hole. I mean, just imagine if a goat was laying up against this metal when that lightning strike hit. It would have, I mean, it just melted this tin. It would have killed the goat, no doubt.
I don't know how it did.
Alright, she's crying for her baby.
I know. Yes, I got her right here. Yes. She's right here. I'm not hurting her.
Tiny, you're doing a good job as a mom.
We're just loving on her. Yeah. You're doing good. Yeah.
And another reason why this is so special of her having the baby, and you know, it makes us happy that Tiny's going to be happy now that she has a friend. But Tiny is the whole reason we got started in Spanish goats. So we had sheep and we had the pygmy goats. I told this story before, I'll tell it again because we got a lot of new subscribers here. And don't let me forget, we're getting close to 5,000 subscribers. And me and Rachel's been trying to talk about ideas for a giveaway for hitting 5,000 subscribers.
Yes, thank you guys.
We'll get back to you on that. We still got to figure some stuff out on that. But anyways, let me get back to what I was saying. The reason why this is kind of special for us is Tiny is the reason we got started in the Spanish goats. We had a pygmy goat over there in the pygmy pasture that was born. The mom and her twin brother died. And this was in 2017 or 18. So we had that one bottle baby, and she was in the barn by herself, always crying, always wanted a friend. And like I said, when you got bottle babies, the other goats treat them different. So I got on Craigslist and I found a lady about 2.5 hours from here actually that had a Spanish goat bottle baby for sale. So I arranged to meet her and I picked up Tiny, brought Tiny home, and her and Princess were best friends. Princess is one of the black pygmy goats that we got over there. But anyways, Tiny got a little bit bigger, so we decided to put her over here with the Spanish goats. But Tiny is the reason we got the Spanish goats. We decided that, you know, she was a great goat. Her coat was just always real shiny and soft. Her size was manageable where me and Rachel could actually work them. They weren't too big like the sheep, and they were just hard to handle, so we got rid of them. But anyways, Tiny is why we got the Spanish goats. I'll stop talking now. But anyways, so basically we just wanted to share this video with you to show you our new little surprise on the farm.
Look at her coat.
Whose?
The baby's.
Shiny?
Look, it's like.
Oh, wrinkly?
What do you call it?
I don't know. Yeah, it's like.
Oh, yes.
I don't know what you call it. It's like wavy looking. It's like her skin or her.
I don't know.
You can see Tiny's udder. She's got plenty of milk in there. And that's another benefit of having single babies.
Alright guys, so this is what we've got for you today. We just wanted to share our special surprise of little Oosty, which is Cherokee for little. This is Tiny's baby, and we're pretty excited. So thanks for watching. We just wanted to share our sweet little surprise with you today. Yes, I know, you're a good girl. So thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe and hit that thumbs up button. And if you'll ring the bell, you'll get all of our video notifications. Thanks guys, and see you next time.